Second and 3.
Mike three. And we're pretty quiet.
Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Off play action, Fields. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run.
Touchdown, Bears! Marquise Goodwin, 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears have retaken the lead. Now the point after try for Santos. And the lead is up to 5. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. 30, past the 20, 10, 5, and he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Bateman over the middle. Touchdown! Rashad Bateman on the touchdown throw from Lamar Jackson. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment and you have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be. Give your kicker a chance to give you those 3 points. But in the meantime, if someone falls asleep on the defensive side, you might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield, too.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Here's Fields. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Play action. It's Fields. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. 2nd and 10. Here's Fields. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the clock reads 30 seconds to go, so really not a whole lot of time to speak of. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Now he steps away. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. Now he'll let this one go deep, right sideline. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. One play action, Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. A give. This is Montgomery. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Out of the gun, Fields. This is caught. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Fields to commit there for his Chicago first. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears draw a bit closer. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. We'll see a return here from the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Past midfield, look out. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Fields this way up at the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. From the gun, here's Fields. Deep ball for Goodwin. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, but it'll be second down. Back to throw, Fields. The 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big pickup of 38. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
And now the Ravens calling the offense onto the field here as they're going to go for 2. After the interception, here's Jackson. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Touchdown, Bears! Allen Robinson, 41 yards. And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Now it's Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 42 yards, as the Ravens push further out in front.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. Jackson here is going to look to throw. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Trying to get it to Tariq Cohen out of the backfield. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Fields gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he will have the Bears first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Now it's Fields. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Fields now to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack. From the 50, here's Fields. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is caught on the sideline. Are the feet in? They are. What a catch. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown Bears. Allen Robinson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears get a bit closer. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he'll get in for the 2 points as that'll cut the lead down from 11 to 9. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. On the option right is Jackson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Second and 16. Jackson to throw. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Flushed out right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. And it's incomplete. Clock now showing 0:05. That's all we have left here in the 4th. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing now is Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay there to make the grab.